Today we're going to show you how to add just one contact or a contact at a time into your system or your CRM. First, I want to make sure that you know that the plus buttons, it's kind of like, hey, add information here, so just be aware of that. This one here is to add a new contact. So I'm going to add a new contact, and I'm going to name the company, let's just say it's Sony Pictures. Now I'm going to go in and add my contact's first name and last name. Let's just say Rick Harris, and then his email address, rick@sony.com. Now, I'm also going to add his phone number, and I'll cover these two things here in just a second. So his phone number is 317-456-7890. Now, Rick is your contact, and this is your contact's email address. Now, if Rick is the only person that I deal with at Sony, or if a good example is if Rick is a small business or something like that, you'll see these drop downs over here. By default, it will save it under the account, which is the company. If I wanted to save it under a contact instead of the company, I can click Save Under Contact. If I want it to push to both, which I'll show you here in just a second, Save Under Both, I'm going to hit Continue, and it'll push it both under the company as well as the contact. And you'll see that in the account card here. So remember, I said push phone number to both the contact, so you'll see it here and here, as well as both the email addresses to the contact, which is the person, and then the company or account here. So that's great if you're a small business. If you're a larger business, you may want to just push it only to the contact, and then when the account card pulls back up, you just go in and add the 1-800 number here and then the info@sony.com there. So that is the basic way to first set up a new account or push it in. That's step one. Step two is to update anything in your contact card that you know about this particular person. So in here I'm going to say, hey, this person is a customer's. That's funny. He's a basic customer. I may even tag him as an Indiana customer. I might type better. So I'm tagging him as an Indiana customer. I may put his website in here. If I have a street, city, and state, I do know at least the state is Indiana. His county or country, I can put that in here. Any notes? Notes to me are non-history tied events, so I would say met him at a chamber event. He is a board member, something like that. His company makes movies. You know, just a non-history associated note to the account, so the Sony Pictures account. Any sort of description I want to put in here, so I'll put in entertainment company. So I have an entertainment company description. And then, of course, because I entered it, I would be the sales rep. Now, and any of this sort of information that I can do. Now, don't forget, if I click on this drop down here as well, I can say, hey, I can fill in a salutation. I can say he's the president. And any other notes or anything like that. Like I have contact notes here. I want notes associated with this person versus notes associated with this account. And then also realize that you can add custom fields, so on and so forth. But just make sure that you fill that out to your best of your ability. Schedule, put in any history, schedule any tasks, and then move on with your day and move to your next client or prospect.